Hi, this is Brendan. You're looking at Elizabeth from Bioshock Infinite in Fallout 4. Now, this mod isn't completely all mine, but I definitely did get some other pieces and use other people's to reference it to get the scale for it. And yeah, and in the end, it turned out quite well. Anyway, let's go start where I got all this stuff from. So, so this is the Elizabeth race for Fallout 4. Um, you'll definitely need to download this one. Um, what he's done, especially, is he's actually enabled, or not enabled, but actually made the try files for the face. So she actually has uh, facial movements that Fallout 4 can use, and therefore integrated with its normal uh, facial features and stuff. So there's quite varied on this page here, but yeah, you'd most likely want to download it from here. Now that gives you with the two hair pieces. There are some issues with it. Of course, if you put it on yourself in the beginning of the game, you can choose between both. But if you're already in the game, then it's very difficult to swap between each of them. And here we have also an alternative download link to this downloading up here. You have to read this thing. I made a bat file that has player.setrace. So I just have to go bat Liz, and it'll type that for me. Then of course you will need to do SLM 14, which is the player, SLM space 14. And then of course you just change, select the face and just change a preset. That'll just normally default to Elizabeth face. And of course you can edit the other features from there. Here's another download here. It gives you just the normal female hair. If you want to try the normal hair, because you might think alt hair is this kind of alt hair, but no, this download is for those ones. The alt hair is basically the Fallout 4 hairs. So there is an issue, of course. That's what I mean. Changing her hair. So if you want a default kind of Fallout 4 head, then I would definitely download that one. And of course he has these other ESPs which turns Piper into Elizabeth and Curie into Elizabeth. And here is where I got the inspiration to do mine, is what Chops 444 made some Bioshock Infinite outfits and some custom thimbles for Elizabeth. I got the clothing a little bit from him, but his clothing was vastly edited. There are quite lots of issues with it, but of course now with mine one it doesn't have issues with it. But yeah, his outfits definitely had some issues with it. I mean, he's not a perfect modder and stuff, but well, who knows, experienced modder, I wouldn't know, but those outfits definitely had issues with it. Mine has kind of less issues with it, but as we'll see in it later, yeah, he only came with the Major 3, but he also came with the Bloodied and the Damaged. I kind of took away the Bloodied and the Damaged because there's kind of no point, because you already get Bloodied and Damaged in Fallout 4, so I didn't really need that. So as you can see, this is Chops 444, and he doesn't have that many kind of mods, but that's him. Now, if you want a companion, yeah, you have to still download the race here, but then you can get the companion. She comes with no clothes, and it's definitely important that if you want to uninstall her, that she has an holotape. Well, let's see. We'll put holotape anyway. It should be holotape in her inventory to uninstall. I usually rename the mod, so here we have companion, and I usually add the holotape uninstall. So when you have it in the Nexus, it'll tell you the mod, and when you're about to uninstall it, if you want it, it'll say holotape uninstall. So you have to go back into the game and use the holotape too, because it doesn't come with that. It'll just go with the companion by that without. So that's something that you want to use. Anything you get with a holotape install, that's what I kind of put on the zip file, so that yeah, you don't get any issues. But yeah, you can use it, my mod, with in conjunction with this one. So that's 3 mods: Elizabeth Race or Elizabeth Companion. Now there's another one that was made by here we have Thunderbird 85222, which has his lighthouse. That was taken off the Nexus, but you can still download it off this Japanese Fallout 4 modding site. It's just here, but yeah, that's no longer available. But yeah, he has different type of dialogues, probably like a mini quest. Whereas this Elizabeth Companion, you just walk up to her behind Fallout 11, and you just recruit her. She talks and stuff. What he says here, about 350 phrases and 250 unique voices. So yeah. So this one had the ponytail and short, and the burial at sea hairstyle. So he adds the short hairstyle. This one only had, of course, as you can see, the burial at sea and the student hairstyle. So he adds the short hair, which I call the corset hairstyle, as you'll see later on. So here's where I got the models that I used. You can't really download them on some of them. You're going to have to look at like the last page, and then we'll just go click at the last page. Here we are. And yeah, this user Bridgeness, he's somehow pasted a new link in there. Not all the Armor Champ ones you can download, but hopefully they still work. So this is the student, of course the clean, and also with the beach one. This is the corset, that's why I call it the corset. Then we have the demo. Of course the barrel at sea one. The young. The Gibson girl. I kind of forgot the earrings, but anyway, I might add that in later on. But yeah, anyway. And of course the old. The Gothic was something I was trying to change with the skin and stuff. It did work, but I had to attach it to this one, of course, and I'm not completely sure about his file structure, so I kind of took it out. So it was basically meant to change also his skin and eyes and stuff as well. But I was noticing that I had to join it to this one, which was if I wanted to make it a full mod as such. But I didn't completely understand what he's done in here, so uh, I might learn a little bit later. But yeah, so I kept it as separate. So I still kept the clothes, but I didn't keep the skin tone, which is yeah. Anyway, it's still there. Later on, when I do kind of fix it up and stuff, or I do understand what he's done in this one a little bit more. But yeah, and of course you can get all the various ones at the Lara customized page. Yeah, so there's some re-upped here, different textures and stuff if you want to get. But yeah, that's pretty much where I got all the things from. So let's have a look at it in game. Well, we already had a look at it in game, but have a look at all the files completely in game. So of course as we start out, well, it doesn't really start out with the burial at sea outfit, but yeah. So we come over here, and we have the student. Now, in comparison to what is it, J 444, we'll just do the shortcut because I've kind of forgot what the rest of it was. He actually try and rescale the breasts down. So CBB actually starts the cup around here. So he tried to lower the breasts, and you can definitely see the changes to it. I kept the higher breast size, so you can say she's got one hell of a really tight push-up bra, but it kind of looks better because his was like kind of crunched over and stuff. But yeah, so I totally redesigned the, of course, the all three of these. So that's what he had: the student, the beach, and of course the burial at sea. So they've all been redesigned so they have a well, more conformative to what Elizabeth was. And also her waist in he also expanded it out to normal CBB proportions. I expanded out a little bit, but not too much. Mostly keeping Elizabeth's proportions and stuff. So she contains her normal neck skin. For some reason, if I put a CBB kind of a neck skin there, it goes all dark. I don't know where the shading's occurring, but yeah, so I kind of left it in there. But the hands, of course, are normal Fallout CBB hands. And of course, the upper neckline, of course, is normal CBB. So it comes with, of course, the choker. So the choker hides the seam from the original and joining the CBB. So normally you'd be able to take it off, but I kind of made it there so just to hide that seam because I wasn't using the CBB a chest, just because it looked a lot darker because it's like light hands, light face, light neck, and then for some reason a dark chest. So didn't look too very good. So anyway, there's that, and it also comes with the student hair. Now, it's not actually a hair as such. It says hair here, but it's actually a hat. There's a known problem with the his race mod that which is apparent in my Fallout 4. Once you set the hair, pretty much it's set. You cannot change it. It's fixed. So the way I got around that to apply other hairs is to have a hat which removes all the hair. But the hats have physics, so go figure. But it allows me to change, which I'll show you later on when we go peruse all the sets in actually on my real life character. But yeah, and of course this is the beach scene where she has her kind of sleeves rolled up. There's pretty much nothing else different from that one apart from the rolled up sleeves. But yeah, then of course we have her in her, as I said, the corset, and of course it comes with her corset hair. This is actually her original chest. Like I said before, her chest goes dark, even when it's showing like this. It's a lot more darker, so kind of kept her original chest in there, so it's nice and bright and such. And of course, the choker hides the that seam there, and of course you can choose between cage and bird. And then we have the demo. So this is with I'm not sure if it was a mock hair or if someone did it and such, but she comes with the hair. As I showed you before, you may have done an edit on it, the Armor Champ core, and a texture recolor. I don't really care, but yeah, it's in there. And then of course we have this Gibson mod. I have no idea where this got the inspiration for that, but all I can say is that I brought it in. Normally the Gibson mod has gloves and of course the earrings, but I didn't put those in. I just wanted to keep it pretty much the similar as the other ones, but yeah. So all those three are actually the same model as such. The same with the next one, but as for more not law friendly, but yeah, law friendly. You can say that, yeah. Those three. So this is a gothic one, as I was telling you about before. Now I put back on the normal skin that she has, but yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping to be able to change the skin, but of course I would have attached it to this ESP, so I'm not too really ins and out with what he's done in there, but kind of left it as it is. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and if you don't know how to fix it, don't fix it. And of course we have the BAS. Now the BAS also comes with the her own hair. I kind of had mine on, but I kind of thought she had black hair, but actually Elizabeth has very dark brown hair. So if we put on the hair, you see, it just replaces the head and hair. Yeah. But yeah, that's the barrel at sea. And then we have as the Young, as Armor Champ wants to name it, so it's named it Young as well. With also the hair as well, and of course a brooch. So you take it off as the Young hair, and then of course we have the when she's old. So we have the old, and of course the old hair. So let's go back to the first one, and we're going to put it on our live model, the student. So of course we're going to Gonna need the student, and we're gonna pick the bird. Oh, we also need the student hair, as you can see, because I can't change physically the hair at all. It's stuck at the BAS. So this is my kind of workaround. As the skirt has physics, it's copying from J 444. He had physics on that one. It's not very great physics, but it's physics nonetheless. And of course the hair is physics from the first one, YSCN. So the hair is a little bit physics. The skirt is a little bit physics. Seems to be good, all functional all around. You also get first person, so that's always good. Yep, so of course, you know, the brooch and the cage. That's pretty much about it. Of course, we put on the student beach. So it's just rolled up sleeves. And of course, she has a first person too, as well. But yeah, it's pretty much for her. So then we get next to the corset. So we're going to go, it's a little bit all over the place here, but anyway, you got the corset, you got the corset hair, and you got the brooch. So put the bird on there. So as you can see, we've now changed it to the corset. Now the skirt doesn't completely come well with the physics on it, but it's got some physics. The hair's got some physics, as you can see. Just see a little bit. Yeah, the hair's got physics on it. Seems to work nicely. I had to extend a little bit of the dress, a little bit, so the corset is hooking over it to make it all function well. But yeah, it's a function well, as you can see. Her chest is, you see his light hands. As you can see, her neck is kind of like dark. Well, you can imagine her chest is even darker than that. That's what happens. I'm not sure why the lighting does that, but yeah, anyway. It's pretty good. She has original chest, so there's no complaints there. So then we have a look at the demo, and we get the demo, and we can choose the cage. So of course this is in a demo, and this is Elizabeth in demo. Hair moves a little bit. Maybe I should have like pulled that hair a little bit more back, I'm kind of thinking, but that's kind of the way the hair that they did it, so I kind of left it as that. I don't know. I might have to pull it back a little bit, but apart from that, yeah. Pretty much that. If you compare it to the demo, well, she's her face skin is not going to be that, because her face skin is actually the burial at sea BAS, but yeah, she's got the hair of the demo. Of course, then of course we have the Gibson. So you might thinking that when you look at it closely, if you when you download it anyway, that the hair should actually come out a little bit more further, but this is actually the correct facial positioning. I've recreated it here in Fallout 4, exact positioning, one-on-one as the extracted model would be, so I kind of thought it would be a little bit more out, but yeah, on some of the other ones, but it is in the correct position. Yeah, so the neck kind of, as you can see, the neck kind of flexes a little bit. I tried to hook it more to the body and such, but yeah, it does what it does. And that is the Gibson mod. It's a mod, it's not canon, but it looks good anyway. And of course we got the Gothic, so the Gothic with the so the Gothic actually is a little bit more darker than the demo. You can't really see it from here, but well, so you can see the jacket a little bit, but I've seen the texture file and compared the two. It actually is darker, and you get the red kind of choker. But normally, what would happen is this one, you would change the skin here, change the top skin, and of course the hands. Yeah, because that's the only way if I connected with that. But yeah, I didn't connect them two together. I just want to make it standalone for the moment. So yeah, anyway, that's the Gothic look. Of course, we saw at the beginning the Barrel at Sea. So if you unlucky to get we call the student hair, or if you select it at first when you made your first character profile on it, you can switch to a BAS hair. It has physics. It's kind of weird, yeah, but anyway, because it technically is a hat, but yeah, it's functioning as hair with physics. So she has also physics on her skirt, different physics to what the student and the corset has, but still physics nonetheless. Not the perfect kind of physics that I copied from J444, but as you can see, my other previous models, I'm not very good at physics, and he's already picked out this one, so I kind of just ran with it and such. So, of course, if you compare his to mine, you can definitely see the nice breast shape. His would sort of be kind of like here. You would kind of like dip around here, and then kind of try and round the breast as well. I'll show you a little bit later on when I put on a different type of normal CBE, but yeah. Anyway, then we got the young and the young hair. The young hair is actually quite shiny. I'm not too sure why. Anyway, you could say it's Pantene shampoo. Probably a little bit too much specular in it, but then again, the same specular I've done in all the other previous ones, and they don't turn out shiny, but the young hair turns out shiny. The ribbon doesn't go all the way with the physics, but it's got physics. That's all I can say. Yeah, and then when you're standing straight, a little bit if yeah, like that. It works out perfectly, but yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, and then we have the old hair, and I didn't make a brooch for her, but not too sure if I should or not. But anyway, she's kind of older, like that. And of course I got the dress size right down to the floor. I had to resize that one. Worked out not too bad. As you can see, a little bit of the legs coming through, but that's with the deal with the physics. It doesn't actually come through completely, but as you can see when it stands still. But yeah, it's just the physics, just the way how the physics are happening. Of course, if you don't like it with the old hair, you can go with the Gibson hair. It's basically the old hair, but it's recolored to Elizabeth hair. I'm not very good at recoloring hair. I tried that before. Didn't happen. So pretty good that I got this mod that someone else done it. So yeah, you can have old Elizabeth and stuff. But of course the advantages, of course, having her CBB enabled is that Elizabeth, of course, can wear other CBB clothing. So as you can see, you're looking at AC's Fallout 3 lingerie. I don't think I've put that one out yet. It's probably come soon, but anyway. And of course my addiction, that's already put out there in the gold. And we're going for the bunny girl in the gold. Looks really good, the gold latex. It stretches on the ears as well and on the back. So yeah, she pretty much integrates well with, as you can see, any other CBBE type. Now normally, of course, I would do the slave layer, but with she has was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would have to make the headpiece 6 times to fit. So this is from my slave layer mod. Just that, so she doesn't have the headpiece, but she has the body of it. So yeah, that you just can't do one for all because some of hair are out, some of hair are more in, and such. So I kind of decided not to do that. Of course, if she was just a base kind of this BAS, then I would put it on there. I think I had it before, but I kind of deleted that file, so didn't bother about doing it again. So I'll leave it there. But that's in the slave layer mod. It's a different mod that I have. That it is that I have available. And yeah, so there's the slave layer ticked off there, as such. And of course we have to see the Fallout 4 here, so we'll just see if we can compare on the side here. Get back to some sun. So in here it doesn't show up very much, but yeah. But what J444 did was he definitely lowered the cupping range down there. Don't know why, but yeah. Anyway, she's fixed with all of them. So the only thing I actually copied from him was actually the physics for the student, which also had that kind of physics to the corset, and the old and the young one, and of course the physics for his BAS outfit. But actually for the outfits itself, I definitely redid them, rescaled them, and yeah. So yeah, I only copied the physics from him, but the rest of it, of course, is pretty much that. The hair, of course, I copied from Wyson for his hairs and stuff. But yeah, and of course we have to look at yeah. So she can go with the. If you can see the rocket girl with hair and a rocket suit, anyway. It's probably a mod I have to release later on. The rocket suit with the CBB kind of insert and the hair enabled as such. But yeah, as you can see, yeah. So let's put it back in the old one as such. So yeah, it's pretty much about it. So mine is a separate one. So if you want to actually download the race, the companion, you also need to download this one, which I have, which will be in the description, which gives you access to the clothes and stuff. I also forgot that, it's remembering that has the thimble hands. So normally, as you can see, the thimble hands there. And this one I kind of copied from Y444. He's actually made his own dedicated thimble. When I looked at it, when I was trying to get the like a specular map for it, it's totally different to what the original Bioshock texture files are. So I'm not sure if he did it his own, but they're definitely different. So yeah, so you can put it on there if you wish, but normally she comes with normal hands. But if you want the hand with the thimble, it is there as well. So it will conflict with if you have rings and stuff. Maybe I should have made it right hand only, but depending on what your body type is. But I just left it as that, so yeah. It will definitely conflict with that, unless you, of course, assign your ring to a different accessory slot. But yeah, it's pretty much gloves. It's pretty much gloves, but they're just normal hands, and this glove has a thimble on it. And that is pretty much about it. Well, we can put her in the. We can have a look at that. In the Gin's dress, looking very risque. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much my mod, or the clothes. But adding with the other ones, mostly the race. But of course you can use the companion. Which companion choice would you want? I still like the VTRR, but normally I kind of use, if you see my playthroughs, I kind of use Nora as Elizabeth, so I kind of don't use the companion. I kind of use the other one, Nora, as a survivor as a companion. So yeah, I just use the race, and of course my mod, which is the clothing. But you might not use that mod and you just want her as a companion, and of course you want her with the clothes. Of course, these clothes are completely compatible with your normal type CBB. If you're using CBBE Fallout characters, I'm not sure what it would look like because it's specifically designed for Elizabeth, and I kept that look. I didn't really redesign it for normal Fallout 4 characters, so they may or may not look weird when you actually put them on them. But I just designed it for Elizabeth, so the design and tailored for her. So if there's any issues with that, then I ain't gonna fix it, because I pretty much designed it for this face and the hands. But anyway, that is about it. And yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.
Hey handsome, have you got the time? I've been watching you since the moment you arrived. A white suit from London and shoes from Paris. Don't you wanna spend about an hour with me? The scent and the aroma refuses to breathe. It's more like a haze that's trying to succeed. It's drawing me in and pulling me to you, and every thought I have turns the language blue. All it costs is just a minute now. For $1 you can show me how. I'll take your hand and then your worries too. In just one dance I'll make your dreams